Today on Attack of the Show, we'll cover Halo 3 beta news and demo Super Paper Mario with X-Play's Morgan Webb and GameBreak. Plus, we have an AOTS first, the feedback loop. Our viewers are the guests, and we talk about the First Amendment protecting MySpace. And if you're wondering why your latest conquest won't call you back in the morning, find out when we go in your pants. Get ready for a nerd-tastic hour of fun. A live Attack of the Show starts right now.
Drop the beat. Attack. What's going on here? Attack. Think upon this. Attack. Attack of the Show. Attack.
Is my mic on? Yeah, I'm on. Your mic on? Yes!
Front and center.
Woo! Welcome to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. My name is... oh, it's Kevin Pereira.
And on, it is Wednesday, April 11th. We're coming to you live from the G4 Studios in LA, and I have to say, I love Ed being the example for everybody over there.
He leads the charge every day.
I love you, Ed.
But, no. I'm sorry, we have to take it down because it's a sad day for the gaming community. No applauding. The 20-gig model of the PlayStation 3 is officially dead, my friends.
That's right.
Yeah, Sony has confirmed they will no longer produce the 20-gig model of the console.
That's right. You know, we lick it, think it's going to be around forever, and next thing you know, it's gone.
Circle of life. Story of our lives, really.
Really. Now it is time to go to the... are we done?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
We moved on? All right.
Yeah.
Now it's time to go to the home of the modern-day pyramids.
Oh, yeah, so saddle up a camel or something. Let's go around the net.
First up today, we have a leaked internal video from Kodak that was intended for motivation amongst employees, but it's now on the internet for all of us to enjoy.
See, Kodak's, it's a huge company, right? And it seemed that their film division, at least, was slowly dying off with the advancements of all things digital. But this video is proof that they understand that, hey, business changes, you know, and they have a pretty good sense of humor about it. So take a look at this old man ranting about Kodak.
For more than a century, the Eastman Kodak Company has been part of our lives, our memories, and our future.
Oh, sure. For a while, they were like, oh, there's no way digital's going to catch on.
But now, Kodak is back. They're taking this digital thing to a level undreamed of. We're talking meta-knowledge. Cameras that automatically enhance the color of the grass because they know it's grass. Try and patent that. Oh, too late. No more flash problems, no more red eye. How's that for advanced? Booyah! You were a Kodak moment once, and by God, you'll be one again. Only this time, it's digital. Oh, yeah!
Yes! Yes! That has me excited to take cat photos.
Cat photos?
Yes! Thank you. That's the kind of enthusiasm we need around here at G4. Crazy old man, slideshows.
Yeah, I think
good stuff.
There's probably more. You're like a crazy old man in
Well,
a way.
I'm just saying, I need something to be excited about
And
now.
you do have hip problems, so.
I threw one out
I
last
know.
night, actually. Don't reverse cowgirl. Next up, we have the latest inductee into the Bad Parents Hall of Fame, my friends.
That's right. Britney Spears, Macaulay Culkin's dad, O.J. Simpson, and Michael Jackson may have laid claim to the title of the worst parent ever at one point or another, but now there's a guy who thought it would be a good idea to sit his kid inside the steering wheel of his car.
U-turn.
The kid looked like he enjoyed it. Maybe a baby steering wheel is a good idea after all. I have to tell you, when I was in second grade, my mom had my little brother, and he was a teeny tiny baby, and she would put him in the wheel, and she would let him drive like that. She got pulled over by the cops, and I started freaking out, crying, because I thought, oh, as a kid, you think, oh my God, my mom's going to jail.
The cops, right?
So she gets out of the car, and she goes, I am so sorry, I don't speak English, I'm sorry. And then he was like, okay, go ahead.
What, really?
Yeah.
But like a language barrier is really the issue here.
That's what, I remember she got out of it.
She had a baby in the steering wheel.
Like, you know, I'm so sorry, I don't speak English. And he's like, okay.
Well done.
Awesome. And finally, we've seen a lot of different ways of messing with sleeping people. You can always write on them with magic markers, shave their head, put their hand in hot water.
Sure.
Now, when it comes to your friends, there are countless forms of humiliation.
Yeah, we've never seen this next technique, though.
No.
We've seen a lot of videos, but I don't think your guys are going to believe what these guys did. could top Kodak, but we totally just did. I mean, but what if your buddy, like, don't take a flamethrower to your friends, guys. He might have oiled his shaved head before snoozing off. You never know. That could be flammable.
That's right. Kids, don't try this at home. Burn victims aren't cool. And
Seriously.
if you have as much gel as you have in your hair, that's
Thank you.
flammable.
And plus, burn victims are really hard to look at. Just saying.
Well, I think you're lovely still. You're still human inside.
You don't really believe that.
You don't look like it.
Thank you. Enough first-degree burns for today, folks.
Go to g4tv.com/aroundthenet to sign up for the podcast. I got to get out of here.
And get more viral videos. It's all right. We'll apologize like Imus.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
Here.
Oh, we'll be forgiven.
I'm sorry. Whatever.
Right now, it's time for the only news you need to know. Here's Layla Kaylee and
The feed headline.
you're good.
Thanks, guys. Here's what's coming up in the feed. First, we'll have some brand new details about what's in store for the latest Grand Theft Auto 4. Plus, you'll find out about the rumors surrounding a new version of the Zune. And social networking site Facebook has just gotten a facelift, and you'll see what's changed. It's all coming your way in the feed, but first, back to you guys.
Could put two to two together.
Okay, thanks, Layla. Now let's hear from you and the Army of Monitor.
Let's do it. Here's Emily from Boston.
So I guess you can download Guitar Hero 1 songs for Guitar Hero 2 on 360 now, but don't you think $2 a song is a little bit pricey?
Calm down, Pereira.
Excellent question, Emily. Let me answer it for you right now. I'm sorry, what'd you ask?
I thought you were going to give out your number.
I really didn't. Yeah, I totally was about to
He
give out.
doesn't even pay attention. If you're hot,
What?
thank you for sending it. I listen. I will listen. You know what? Let me ask
You zone out every time Sky Animal says something.
That's true.
I
Hey,
see it.
hey, Sky.
I go, did they change the temperature in here, or is Sky submitting
This
a
is
new
my
voice
Sky
now?
look.
Oh, wow.
Well, let me answer Emily's question.
Please do. I have an answer as well. But
Okay, well, you know, last week
kick it
Guitar
off.
Hero 2 was released for the Xbox 360,
Yeah.
and now you can buy the original Guitar Hero 1 songs for $2 a piece. So
Okay.
I think it's actually crazy you have to pay that much.
I completely agree. So it's like, listen, there's nearly 50 songs in the original Guitar Hero 1, so that's going to cost you
$100.
Yeah, about $100 to get old stuff that they really just kind of ported over. The real problem here is that you could get, you know, the Guitar Hero 1 game with the controller for $59, $69. So we know that it
you
doesn't cost $100 just for these songs.
But it's because that was PlayStation, and it's for the Xbox 360.
It's because they're trying to poach people, and they figure people will handpick the songs that they want. Let's charge them $2 a pop. I think it's a little pricey myself. I love that they're doing it. I love that they're releasing these songs. I just think $2 is way too much,
But
especially when it's old material. If they're newer songs,
true.
great.
Even the old stuff is still fun to play, though. And maybe
Still
it's like an
fun to
iTunes thing where, you know, I don't want to buy the whole album, but I
Right.
just want to buy this one song.
People will cherry pick. I just still just think
true.
99 cents. Come on, guys. It's just
It is
it's pure
expensive,
profit.
but that's what they're doing. Hey, maybe they need the money.
It's all right.
Maybe
Emily,
they
I'm
need
just
the
saying
money.
maybe we should chat about this further since we're out of time on the show. So if you want to iChat or a little MySpace thing, or I wouldn't do it either.
He's a dog.
Coming
dirty
up,
dog.
Chris Hansen will be involved. We have exclusive footage of a chimp
Would you like a cookie?
throwing
Go
up.
ahead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait here. You go change. Plain and simple, folks. Seriously, a chimp vomiting.
throwing up.
It's damn funny, and stick around. It's later on in the show, and it's actually an Attack of the Show exclusive.
It is. We are just getting started here today. Pack a picnic and load the friends in the station wagon. Your scenic Attack of the Show journey is just getting started.
What?
Here's what's coming up on today's Attack of the Show. Morgan Webb gives us the heads up on the new Annex mode for Gears of War in GameBreak. Wonder why the ladies love the dudes who treat them like crap? The answer can always be found in your pants. And we're finding out what you, the viewer, thinks about the Halo 3 beta test, Webby Awards, and more in the Loop feedback. All this and then some when the attack comes back.
Attack of the Show. Attack.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show. We are TV's only source for all of the stuff you care about. We are live and ready to turn the controls over to Kevin, who has your delicious gaming fix.
Get ready for the biggest stories that the gaming world has to offer. X-Play co-host and gaming goddess Morgan Webb is here to pause the game and dish the stories. That's right, it's time for GameBreak. Welcome, Miss Webb.
Startled me.
I'm so excited that you're
Okay,
here.
great.
I'm glad.
It's good to be here.
It's good. It's good.
Good to be here.
It's good. Okay, while you do your
Yes.
thing with the gaming news and whatnot, I'm going to go ahead and dive into some Paper Mario action. I got
You
the
go
old
with your
Wiimote.
bad self.
I'm going to get it on, so
All right.
we'll check it out in just a second.
Okay, let's start things off with big news regarding Halo 3. Now, in case you were hiding under a rock yesterday, you should know that Halo developer Bungie has announced May 16th as the release date
for the highly anticipated Halo 3 beta. The multiplayer trial period will be made available to those who qualify and will continue through June 6th. Equally exciting, Bungie released a huge 7-minute documentary on the making of Halo 3's multiplayer. The video documentary is available through both Bungie.net and the Xbox Live Marketplace. Watching the video, you'll also get a sneak peek at the different kinds of weapons in the game, including the previously teased bubble shield grenade. Ooh. Next up, we've got more good news for 360 owners. Website GameSpot.com is reporting on new Gears of War information that came straight from Epic Games. While gamers are enjoying a free Annex multiplayer mode update, Epic is planning to release a new map pack that will include 4 new maps for gearheads to gun through. Yay! Now, when released, the maps will be sold for a reasonable number of Microsoft points and then eventually be made available as a free download. Oohs and ahs from the gaming audience. Bottom line, Microsoft has 2 great games that just keep getting better. And finally, website GamesIndustry.biz is reporting that Virgin Radio has announced their support for a radio station channel for both the Nintendo Wii and the PlayStation 3. In addition to listening to a variety of music from 4 different Virgin radio stations, users will be able to buy tickets and CDs and even download music. The service will be made available first in the UK. No word yet on whether or not Virgin has any plans to release this feature on consoles here in the US.
All right.
Yes, all right.
News has been done. Got to get to well done, by the way. Excellent stories, amazing news. Let's get to the Super Paper Mario, though.
Super Paper Mario.
I just now have had my hands on this for like the last 10-15 minutes or so.
It's interesting. You can turn it to sort of a forward-facing versus like a side-scrolling action.
So here it is, 2D. It's like, oh, how am I supposed to get past this pipe? I press the old A button. Bam, there you go. And I just walk right around that sucker.
You know, you can only stay in this mode for a period of time. You have to switch back to your 2D mode for your meter to refill up in the top corner.
There's the meter at the top corner there. And it's neat the way they use it because it's, you know, you can find hidden things, little Mario cards or power-ups. But here it's like this gap is too large. What are these enemies, by the way?
We're the Shy Guys.
And what's that?
I
got a horsetail.
Woo,
oh, I can swat flies.
Awesome. You seem to have one following you. Oh, wait, no, that's Tingle.
Yeah, so here you go. You press A, and then here we go back into 3D mode, and I can use now this hill that previously looked 2D to hop right across the gap. And then there's this weird flashlight kind of functionality where if you point...
We've been having a little bit of a problem with this. I think it's because our sensor is not quite in the right place.
Yeah, but here it is.
But you get the idea.
I'm moving it around. It kind of highlights objects on the screen like a flashlight, but we haven't really found a use for it yet.
I think that it maybe for much younger kids, it could potentially be useful. You know, it's like, what is that block? I can't get across this gap. Maybe my flashlight will tell me.
Let me use my magical butterfly flashlight. Figured it out.
Whereas us like, you know, gaming superheroes, we don't need the flashlight.
No, I have game facts. What? Fun, though. Very fun.
No, it's fun. It's definitely fun. It has a fun story, amusing story. It's Mario, you know. It's everyone likes it.
And other very, very exciting Wii news, by the way. There's been something that's been in development at G4 for a while. Yes. I've kind of been following it more closely than I should. And it's time to announce a super secret Wii channel that G4 has developed. It's no joke, very serious. You can point your Wii browser to g4tv.com. It should auto-detect the site. If not, go to g4tv.com/Wii, W-I-I. You better know that by now.
They should know that.
No, it's awesome. It's a custom-developed kind of like video application that takes advantage of the controls. We're going to demo it tomorrow in depth, but you can actually watch all your favorite G4 content, get the feed. There's a little ticker that runs. It's awesome.
But people can get it right now. They don't have to wait until tomorrow.
Yeah, no, it literally just launched while I've been talking to you, so we're going to demo it tomorrow, but I just heard in my ear to mention it, and I'm so glad that it finally launched because we've been waiting on it. So you're on there.
That's what I'm doing tonight.
Awesome. There you go.
I'm going to watch myself on my Wii.
Get a little brie, some wine, and the Wii. All right. Thank you, Morgan. That is all for the game break, but you know that the gaming never stops on our little website. So while you're there, be sure to check out the cheat sheet section with over 15,000 tips, tricks, and codes covering every platform since the Atari 2600. Just go to g4tv.com/cheats. But right now, let's Wii on over to Olivia, who's ready to attack.
Thanks, Kev. Today we're looking at some tough digital cameras that could withstand being run over by a dump truck. Point and shoot. It's time to attack this. First up, try out the Olympus Stylus 720 if you're looking for one of the best and toughest digital cameras out there. This 7-megapixel camera is compact at less than an inch thick and waterproof in depths of up to 10 feet. It's shockproof to survive accidental dropping and shoots in low light and comes with a 2.5-inch LCD screen. It's about $300, so now all you have to worry about is finding something cool to take pictures of. Like maybe Kevin, go to his house to take pictures. Next, if you want to take pics on the go, get the GoPro Digital Hero waterproof digital camera with wrist strap. This compact 3-megapixel camera has a shockproof housing and it's waterproof to a depth of 30 feet. The best part is that it comes with a neoprene wrist strap so you can wear it during sports or fasten it to handlebars or a helmet. Prices start at about $70, so it's cheap enough that you can bang it around without worrying too much about the price tag. Next, check out the Ryko 500 SE GPS-ready camera. This camera isn't just strong, it's smart and knows where it is, too. It automatically embeds GPS coordinates on each photo as it's captured and then seamlessly transfers your pictures using Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. And you can use the camera's memo function to write notes about each picture onto the photo file itself. It's the perfect durable camera for you stalkers on the go, but it will cost you. Prices start at over $1,000. And finally, get camera armor if you already own an expensive SLR digital camera and want to toughen it up a little. This rubber skin is custom designed to fit your camera like a glove, but keeps it intact and accessible so you don't need a case. A clear polycarbonate cover protects the LCD screen from dirt and scratches, and the bonus lens guard fits most lenses. For only $50, your camera will be ready for battle any day now. That is today's Attack This. Visit g4tv.com/AOTS for links to all these cameras. Now, don't bail on us just yet. We are stocking the fridge for all of your hunger cravings. Get ready to eat up when a live Attack of the Show continues right after this.
We're getting your opinion on the upcoming Halo 3 beta test in the Loop feedback. And we don't make the news, we break the news. It's the feed.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. We are live and right now making you at home the pundit. Let's go over to Kevin, who's feeling very generous.
Thank you, Mon. Yes, we're doing something a little bit different in the Loop today. Instead of our usual panel of experts, we're talking to the real know-it-alls, my friends, our viewers. You know, the people who post in the forums and send us really lovingly nasty emails and scary video viewer mails. You get it. We have the real Attack of the Show fans talking about the issues that matter the most. So power to the people and to these three dudes. It's the feedback loop. Oh, there was some electricity there. Joining us tonight, all actual Attack of the Show fans, we kid you not, from Lansing, Michigan. You know him as Captain Smee. Wow, he's been practicing. From Los Angeles, Sean Thomas joins us, and of course, Scott from Las Vegas. Scott, do you want to do the bob back and forth that you're doing to the Loop music? Because I thought it was well choreographed, my friend. All right,
thank you very much.
Let's get into it. You just heard about it in GameBreak. On June 6th, the Halo 3 beta is going to be released. Captain Smee, I defer to you, my friend, because this may possibly be one of the most anticipated games ever. What are you hoping to get out of the test? I know you're excited. I've been reading your blog.
Oh, I am hoping to get absolutely nothing out of this. It's not even on my radar screen, to be honest with you. There are so many other actual games coming out before Halo 3 comes out that I'm not even concerned about a beta testing that's happening next month. I'm sorry, it's just not there.
Captain, do you believe you're alone in that, though?
Probably. I probably just offended a ton of viewers out there for your show, but that's the way I feel.
Scott from Las Vegas, you look offended.
Well, Crackdown came out with 500,000 people right out of the gate. That's got to be a lot due to the beta. People are talking about it. Now, there's hype, which is Super Bowl ads, but there's talk, and video gamers talk, and they share with each other. Now, betas are a double-edged sword, but you can lose a game or you can make a game because of them. But I think Halo 3, even if it's not as good as what people are hoping for, it's still going to make a lot of money, and it's going to definitely sell.
Yeah, Sean, do you think Bungie's going to lose anybody, even from a bad beta?
I don't think so, because, you know, on May 16th, Halo 3 is going to be rocking parents' basements all over the world, and I'm sure Captain Smee and Scott's basements would be rocking as well. Everyone's going to love this thing.
Captain Smee, why does your basement rock again, or are we allowed to... Is that even legal to discuss?
My basement rocks because I own a PlayStation 3.
Oh, okay. So are you calling all cars, or are you trying to figure out the motion controls on NBA Jam?
No, just sticking with Resistance for now. A little Oblivion, you know.
What other choices do you have, actually, right now?
Yeah,
Nothing right now.
Well said, Scott. No, Captain, I love you, but you can't really dog on Halo when all you're rocking is Resistance right now. But we got to move on.
Just wait for later this year.
The Webby nominees were announced yesterday. They're essentially the Oscars of the internets, if you will. And some of the nominees included sites like Dig and Flickr and Delicious. And Sean, let's go to you, because nobody would argue that these sites are worth a bookmark. I mean, they're fantastic, but at this point, with those types of nominees, are the awards just patting the backs of the internet elites?
Well, all award shows are essentially patting the back of whoever's being presented or whoever's winning. The Webby Awards are going to be no different than the Oscars or the Grammys. It's the only people that matter when it comes to these award shows are going to be the sponsors, the winners, and the nominees, and the judges, like Harvey Weinstein, who, in this case, if the Webbies tank, he's going to split it in 2 award shows. So we'll see about it.
Well, Captain Smee, do you care about the Webbies?
Absolutely not, and I don't think anybody else does either.
No one
honestly.
does.
I didn't even remember the Webbies happened until I heard the nominations. We're going to be talking about it today. I was like, oh, okay, I better look up on that.
No, it's funny. I completely agree. Every time this topic comes around, I'm like, oh, yeah, people give out awards for websites. Scott from Vegas, what do you think?
They give out awards for everything these days. The problem is none of these awards really affect the amateur filmmakers, the people who are on YouTube and all the other video sites that are actually making something worth actually watching. And mostly these are the big companies that don't really care about the award in the first place.
Yeah, I saw major corporations getting awards like Coca-Cola last year. Sean, will there ever be a time where there is an internet award or a web award that gets the attention and drives people together like an Oscar?
Well, I tuned in and looked at what was nominated for the YouTube Awards, but ultimately, nominations in award shows are just going to get people in to watch what is being nominated. It's all marketing, and that's what it's driven for, and that's what it's driven by. It doesn't matter.
Scott, what website do you think deserves a nice golden statue?
I would go with FARC, and I actually like G4's website. They got a lot of good stuff.
There we go. Your $20 will be PayPal'd immediately, my friend. Well done. All right, yesterday a court ruled that a high school girl who parodied her principal on a MySpace, she's off the hook. The messages posted on the profile were protected, apparently, under free speech. Let's go to you, Captain Smee. Tell me, was there ever a time when you thought that whatever was posted on MySpace wasn't going to be protected by free speech?
I don't know. If you actually look at their terms and policies, they're pretty protective on what they don't want on their site. They specifically say anything you post, you are specifically responsible for, and we want nothing to do with. So they're kind of protecting themselves, and so it looks like it's a free reign. Just, hey, we're letting you have this page. You go do what you want. But if you post something that gets you in trouble, you're liable for it.
Well, from what I saw on the information is that she was actually talking about something very specific. The website itself was slanderous or libel, which one that is. She was actually making a comment, and I can say pretty nasty things on the internet these days without getting, thrown back in my face or getting in trouble about it. What she did was, the way she said it kind of went on the fence. The problem is that when it comes back to her school, they can do a lot worse things to her than even the law would.
Sure.
But the problem is, it doesn't matter. She didn't do this at school, and she didn't do this on a school computer. So she has the free speech right to do and say as she wishes. And ultimately, this was thrown back out of court, and she won the case as it was overturned.
Actually, as I had a very wise teacher once tell me that schools are not democracies. They're social dictatorships. And nowadays, we're seeing schools judging more on what kids are doing out of school than what they are doing in school.
True, but it's still nice to know that at the end of the day, MySpace is going to remain a public corkboard that you can't get in trouble for push-pinning something nasty about somebody else. If not,
until
my profile goes down.
Until somebody like Google buys it.
True. Well, I don't. That's a whole other loop topic for another day. I want to end this talking about iTunes and Microsoft. Finally, the big guys are starting to offer music that's DRM free. However, there's a catch. It's going to cost you 30 cents more per track. Scott from Vegas. Are we expected really to pay more money for a song without some lockdown or some DRM?
This is way too little, way too late. The IRAA they're searching for weapons of mass destruction here. Nothing's going to happen. We've been downloading music. People like us that are watching this show, we know how to get around DRM already. People that are playing iTunes anyway, they don't care. What does it matter anymore anyway?
I think it absolutely matters. When I pay for something, I want to be able to have the right to do with it as I wish. If I buy a CD, I don't want to have to worry about what CD player I put that music into and whether or not it's going to play. If I download music, I want to be able to play that on any digital recorder or playback machine that I wish. It should be no different.
Absolutely.
If I have to pay a little bit more money for that, then I'm all for it.
Well, that's where I'm going to stop, because I got final word to Captain Smee very quickly. Are you willing to pay more for that additional convenience that's already provided on a CD that may cost less?
Absolutely not, because there's plenty of sites to download out there. Not saying I do it, but hey, it's an easier option.
It's so funny. Whenever somebody talks about downloading, nobody actually does it, but Apparently everybody else does.
At the end of the day, I just
just
want to
hear
listen
things.
to my hums.
And I'll make sure I'll give you the extra 30 cents so you can listen to my hums on your iPod and your CD player and your wherever else you want. I want to thank our guests, Captain Smee, Scott from Las Vegas, and Sean for keeping us in the very fed-back looped. All right. If you want to be part of our little feedback loop and appear in the little box on the video wall, it's fun, guys. Send us some smart video viewer mails. Believe me, when you get on the show, you'll be fighting off the MySpace girls with a stick. So be creative, ask the tough questions, and get involved.
Now's the time to let animals in or out, grab a beverage, or just expunge one from your system. We'll be back with more Attack of the Show right after this.
Would you put your life in the hands of a parachute? What happens next? Will he belly flop into the river, get hit by a bird, or open his parachute? The hair-raising results after the break. Adrenaline keeps you going, but does it keep this guy going? What happens next? Will he belly flop into the river, get hit by a bird, or open his parachute? Lucky for him, he still has 9 lives and manages to pull open his parachute.
Yo guys, what's up? I'm only 26 and my girlfriend keeps dropping hints about getting hitched. Yeah, marriage. Don't you think I'm a little young?
We are put on this earth to marry and produce.
In Plymouth, New Hampshire, you're past your prime, actually. You're supposed to have like 2.5 kids and be working on your second ski.
No, honestly, I think if a girl is going to pressure you to get married, I think you need to dump her because if you're happy right now, why do you need a ring on your finger?
Yeah, but what dude ever wants to get married without being pressured?
I don't know.
Just saying. We're live, and we're dodging commitment with the quickness of the flash.
Coming up later, we've got an amazing outtake from last week's episode of G-Force Free Stuff. One of our hosts got a little out of hand during the commercial break and vomited, okay? Yeah. It was the monkey, and you have to see it later in the show.
But right now, it's time for the only news that you need to know in the feed.
Thank you, guys. I'm Layla Kaylee, and it's time to start the feed. Gamers went into a frenzy when the trailer for Grand Theft Auto 4 debuted, and now we've got more details. The latest issue of Game Informer reports that the main character is an immigrant named Nico Bellic, who's in search of the American dream. You'll have even more freedom than previous games, and the ability to make cell phone calls and arrange missions, rather than be at the service of others. Liberty City is modeled after New York City and has faithful reactions of 4 of the 5 boroughs, as well as a section of New Jersey. And opposed to previous versions, the music and voice talent will feature unknowns rather than classical tunes and Hollywood stars. And best of all, there will be a multiplayer component, which will be announced in the near future. Within a week of its release, Guitar Hero 2 for the Xbox 360 already has some downloadable content available. Today saw the release of 3 song packs for the popular rhythm game, though many are crying foul at the price. 3 separate downloads are available, each with 3 different songs from the original Guitar Hero. These packs cost 500 Microsoft points each, which translates to $6.25. At this rate, it could cost $100 to buy every song, which costs more than the original game. Plus, you don't get that extra guitar. That is foul. Microsoft Zune was not the iPod killer some had hoped, though there are some new models on the way. Zune Scene is reporting that 2 new versions of the device will hit stores later this year. One of them will be an updated version of the current hard disk model with more memory and a slimmer design. A second flash-based model will also be released. This one will still have Wi-Fi and have a screen that takes up to 75% of the device. The site claims the scoop came from an official source, though nothing's been confirmed yet. We'll keep you posted. Facebook solicited feedback from its users and have used their comments to make a big update. Facebook, which is the #2 social networking site next to MySpace, received a heap of criticism for its last update, which made users feel like they knew way too much about what everyone was doing. In response, more privacy features have been enabled, and you can choose how public your events should be displayed. There will be quicker accessibility to the pages in your network, as well as the ability to see a bird's-eye view of your groups and your options. Things are still private, and you're only allowed to look at your own network, as well as the groups you're allowed to join. Well, that's really fair. And finally, the folks at Google can now help you search for disaster. Yesterday, Google Earth launched an online exhibit with the United States Holocaust Museum on the crisis in Darfur. Google Earth Earth now features up-to-date, highly detailed images of the Western Sudan and also shows small fire icons at the sites of damaged or destroyed villages. Users who click on the village sites can download images, video, and audio testimonies. The president of the Sudan has denied the atrocities are happening. Well, that's a shame. Well, that's it for today, but don't worry, the feed doesn't stop here. Get all the news you need to know anytime at G4TV.com. I am Layla Kaylee, and you've just been fed. Let's go back to Kevin and Olivia.
Thanks, Layla. Remember, kids, it's never fun to be slapped with a subpoena.
That is, unless you're into that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Are you into that?
Maybe. Lots more ahead on TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. Do you have one?
We find out that Shia LaBeouf isn't your average suburban neighbor when we sit down with the cast of Disturbia. And the guys treat the girls like crap, but they keep coming back. Find out why when we go In Your Pants. Video voicemail is brought to you by eHarmony.com. Are you ready to fall in love?
Welcome back to Attack the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about.
We are live and in a constant state of shock. Or perhaps we're causing a constant state of shock.
Oh.
Regardless, let's go over to Zach.
Thank you, kids. Now, we've all spied on our neighbors, right? I mean, I do it all the time, Kevin. But what if you thought your neighbor was a murderer and you were the only one with the evidence to put him away? Scary stuff, my friends. And we got a sneak peek at the new movie, Disturbia, which answers that very question.
I am sentencing you to 3 months house arrest.
Green means you're good. You're in the safe zone. Red light flashes. You got 10 seconds to get back to green or else.
Shia LaBeouf will be busy this summer saving his own neighborhood.
You didn't just wake up 5 minutes ago. The man has been kidnapping and killing people. Okay, there's a body in a blue bag in his garage.
Reimagining Alfred Hitchcock's classic Rear Window.
Reality without the TV. Holy shit. I don't know.
A sequestered Shia staves off boredom by spying on his slightly naughty neighbors.
What'd you see? What?
But after a chance glance, he starts to think he's witnessed a murder.
You know, throughout the film, there's all this commentary about these murders that are happening in the neighborhood. And whether he's crazy or not, he doesn't know. He's just, because of his boredom now, he's screwing himself.
Luckily, LaBeouf isn't alone in his lunacy, with hottie neighbor Sarah Romer assisting in the surveillance.
I go over with the notion that he's been spying on me, and he's with his friend, Aaron. And then they convince me otherwise, that they're spying on the other neighbors and that, you know, they think they're spying on a killer. I think they're crazy, just probably making it up.
Did you see that? They zooming in? I am the neighbor in the back of the house that they look out on, and apparently they're a little suspicious of me. And as the story goes along, you find out whether they deserve to be suspicious or not.
Oh my God. What are you doing?
Well, I'm officially welcoming you to the neighborhood.
And while Morse has mastered the creepy neighbor number, back in the day, he was on the other side of the spying.
When I was in theater and nobody knew who I was, I would stand on the street for hours, days, and just watch and watch and watch and watch. And I loved it.
Only in Disturbia.
So get out your binoculars and go spy on Disturbia. Disturbia hits theaters on April 13th. Meanwhile, I'll still be spying on my neighbors. Let's go back to my two favorite neighbors, Kevin and Olivia.
Kind of creepy, that Zach Selwyn.
Kind of is an understatement. But thank you, Zach. We have more show ahead.
I love you, Zach. Now stick around. We'll be back in just a few minutes, right after we reset all our home security codes. Zach, stay away. Zach?
The guys treat the girls like crap, but they keep coming back. Find out why when we go In Your Pants.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. We are live, and since it's springtime, you know, it's really time for a lesson on the birds and the bees. So here's Olivia to help sort us all out.
Ready your ripcord and start that leap, because I am ready to dive in with some sex advice you can use in your pants. My reference was a skydiving reference. I've been skydiving. Have you?
No, but I jumped out of an airplane. That's not skydiving.
Where'd you jump out of it? Into the sky?
Is that skydiving?
Yes, it is.
Okay, come on. We need to talk about sex and not skydiving. Yes,
Okay.
I've been skydiving. It was the most
I just wanna
terrifying,
know.
nauseating experience of my life.
All right.
Yes.
Well, everyone, this is sex columnist Anna David, who obviously gets nauseous skydiving. She's written for magazines like Details and stuff, and she is back again to help answer your sex and relationship questions. Now, our first question, yes, from a guy who wants to know what is really going on.
Hi, Anna and Olivia. In my experience, it seems like if you treat a hot girl like dirt, she'll stick to you like mud. Why is it so many girls stick with guys that treat them like crap? Does this ever change as they get older?
You should go ahead and answer that first, but I think I have an answer.
Yeah, I think it's the eternal question. I think that definitely it is an adolescent quality to sort of think a guy needs to be a challenge. And you know what? Women aren't the only ones that do this. Guys do this too. They really do.
They stay with girls who treat them like crap.
Yeah, they fall for the ones that treat them badly. Oftentimes it's just immaturity. A lot of times it's just low self-esteem where people who do not believe they deserve to be with somebody who treats them well, who cherishes them. And so I do think that lots and lots of girls grow out of it, and a lot of times it takes a lot longer for other people, present company included, because and you work your issues out, and it does change.
I think a big part of it is, at least with me, it's that he's not treating you the best, but it's the times when he treats you good, and that's what you hold on to, and you're thinking, well, it's this A, B, and C, and D, but there's that one moment.
That's like
and you
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah,
but
but I think that's what it is. Like, when you're in a relationship where someone's treating you very badly, you stay not because you like it and because it's great, but because you don't know better, and I don't think when you're with this guy and you're thinking, okay, this is great, I'll put up with this, I'll put up with this, and then the guy always knows when to make it sweet again, so it'll hold you in.
But I do think the healthier, because that was probably not your healthiest period.
No.
The healthier women want to be with men who treat them well.
I would never in a million years ever date a guy. That was one guy, and I would never do it again. Right. There's a standard now, and I think all women, all people, men and women, should put their standards up here because, at the end of the day, it's never okay. It's never okay to be disrespected.
And I do think that, don't change who you are. Don't go around acting like a jerk so that you'll attract more women.
You'll just be that jerk.
No, I think that continue to be nice and you will attract a woman who's available, a healthy woman who's available for a relationship.
And
not
it won't
a woman
end in
who just wants to be
flames, because if
abused.
she wants you and you're mean to her, it's just going to be dramatic. Now, our next guy is this guy, and he wants to know if he's doing it right.
Hey, what's up? I just want to know why the next day after you had sex with your girl, the girl never contacted you no more.
Well, I think it's obvious.
No, is it obvious? I think that there could be a bunch of things. I'm not really sure.
I think it's my two things, and you tell me if I'm right.
Yeah.
One, it's either you suck in bed, or two, she was just doing what guys do, which is she's just getting hers, and she doesn't really need to talk to you afterwards.
There's three, that she could be trying to act, like she's not that clingy girl and she's really independent. There are a few possibilities.
Or
you're doing something absolutely horrible in bed, which we don't know about. I think it really does depend, but I think the main thing is maybe you should be having sex with girls you know better so that you're not completely shocked by the fact that they don't want to talk to you anymore.
Yeah. Well,
right?
I want to know, if he's calling her and she never calls back, obviously she's not trying to play clingy. She's trying to just tell you, I'm not interested.
Excellent point.
And two, are you bad in bed? Because sometimes men don't know.
Right.
It's amazing how little self-awareness some people have, men and women.
Right. We've talked about that with the kissing thing. These boys who just do not know what they're doing with kissing. But I do think, I think that if you have sex with people you know a little bit better, they can't sort of just skip town and you never know why.
I'm a big fan on going by her house and seeing if she. I'm just kidding. No, don't do that.
Whenever Olivia starts talking about stalking somebody, just know that she's not totally serious.
So I think in the end of the day, if the girl is not calling you, right, she's just not interested, you weren't good, or she just got hers.
Next time, initiate the conversation when you're with her in bed. Ask her if she wants to go out again. Sort of get to know what it is, she's about so that she doesn't throw you for a loop.
That's interesting. Very good opinion. Now, thanks so much, Anna. You guys, remember to get even more answers to your sexy questions from our very own sex columnist, Anna David. You subscribe to the AOTS In Your Pants podcast. It is available anytime at g4tv.com/podcasts.
Yeah. So you done the deed, and now you can't get a call back. Listen, it's nothing to worry about. I've actually had this happen before. All that means is that you were so awesome the night before and put on such a mind-blowing performance that you done went and turned her celibate. Hey, Hey, there's no point in doing it anymore after she's had the best, right? Seriously, when you rock a woman so hard that her ovaries have to surface for air, you know that she needs a breather as well. Serious. Call me Sheila. Still coming up, a monkey's gonna vomit. It's next on TV's only source for all the stuff you care about.
If you haven't been watching Attack of the Show, this is what you're missing. For more info, go to g4tv.com/AOTS.
Attack of the Show. Attack.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about.
We are live and taking credit for everything good in the world.
Put these on me? Coming up tomorrow on an all-new Attack of the Show. You did it during the commercial, I didn't even notice. Blair Butler opens up a new shipment of comics for Fresh Ink, including a brand new Batman series by an award-winning team.
Plus, we talk with Carl Urban, a violent Viking in the new movie Pathfinder. And on Friday, Will O'Neill checks out a Wi-Fi MP3 player that could be the iPod killer on AOTS hardware.
All right, now finally, here it is, folks. A monkey throwing up.
The chimp's name is Lloyd, and he was hanging out on the set of Free Stuff when he got a bit too excited about our giveaways during the commercial break. Yeah. Here's an AOTS exclusive.
But you know what? I don't even offer to clean up my own vomit.
But that's what's great. Like, he even tried to catch it.
He's like, well,
who knew monkeys were so clean and all that?
But you know, if he would have caught it, he'd been like, oh, there we go, and just
No, he didn't. He was trying to catch. Look at him right there.
No,
he was
he was like, oh,
no.
Second time I lost my
Look, he even gets away from the throat because he's like, this is disgusting. I gotta say, I watch Discovery Channel Animal Planet a lot. I've never seen them. He's like trying to take care of himself.
I
love
next time,
little
remove
Lloyd.
the Grey Goose and Red Bull from the green room before you do a show. Is all
Make
I'm
sure
saying.
you guys tune in this Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern and Pacific for another live Free Stuff. Get all the info at g4tv.com/freestuff. You're so gross.
Oh, by the way, the Free Stuff made a monkey vomit. So if that doesn't get you to watch, you're a lost cause, my friend.
Now, for all things you guys saw today and more, go to g4tv.com/AOTS.
Come on, vomit on command. I know you can do it. There you go.
No, I'm not doing it. That's so gross. You do it.
You have the proper stance, too. You're like, okay, I know I got to brace myself.
Will you hold my hair
get
back?
my hair back.
Hold my hair back.
This is so bad.
All right, ready?
All right, here we go.
How much time do we have?
X-Play's coming up next. And start your DVRs or your whatever. Oh.
Hold on.
Oh, no. Get it. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay, I'll hold it. You have to choke it back. No, don't look. Don't look.